Hi guys, welcome everyone. I'm Kusum from BCA Expert and today I welcome you all to this tutorial section. In this video we shall discuss about the arrays, list, graphs and files, structures and union. And lastly we shall discuss about few difference between the structure and union. So without wasting much time, let us quickly get started. In that first one is arrays. An array is defined as a collection of similar type of the data stored in continuous memory location. The array is the simplest data structure where each data element can be randomly accessed using its index number. There are three different types of the arrays, namely one-dimensional, two-dimensional and three-dimensional array. Now, you must be confused about the continuous memory and index. I will explain everything in more detailed way. Firstly, let us understand one-dimensional array. So, one-dimensional array can be defined as the array with a single row and multiple columns. The elements in one-dimensional array can be accessed using the index numbers. Now, here we'll be understanding what is the index number, what is the continuous memory and what is one-dimensional memory through this example. So, here this is how basic one-dimensional array looks like. So, the idea what I have declared having the size of 5 and the memory address or the index of the array is known as the address, which is specified for each and every memory location. So the first memory location of the array is 0 and this 0 is called as the index number. So the index number followed by 0 is 1 and similarly 2, 3 and 4. So the fifth element is having the index number as 4. The index numbers for the array always start from 0. Now let us try to add the element into this system. The first element is 10. So into the array system is the element n will be included. Similarly, let us try to add few more numbers into the array system. There are 20, 30, 40 and 50. According to the definition, the elements will be arranged in the continuous order followed by index 0. The next index 1 will be stored the next element, which is 20, and similarly 30, 40 and 50. So this is how one-dimensional array work. If you want to access any element, this one-dimensional array index number is used to here. Now let us discuss two-dimensional array. The two-dimensional array can be defined as the two-dimensional array are organized as matrix, which can be represented as the collection of rows and columns. The element of the array access using the interaction of coordinates. Let us understand this in much better way. Here we have a two-dimensional array. So this is how a basic two-dimensional array looks like. It has a two different rows and 5 different columns. So to access any particular array, you need to select the Now let us try to add the elements into this array. The first element would be 10, which will be stored in the first row, first column. Similarly, let us add few more numbers which are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90 and finally 100. Now, as you can see, the elements will be stored in a continuous format and this is how the elements look after when they are stored into the array. Now, let us move on to the next topic, multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array is completely similar to the two-dimensional array. Only thing is another dimensional is added into the array. That is, it might be 3D or even multiple dimensional array. Can be defined as an array of arrays. The 3D array is organized and the 3D matrix, which can be represented as a collection of the multiple rows and multiple columns. The element of the array are accessed using the 3D interaction coordinates. For this, let us move on to our next topic, which is list. Lists are the linear data structure, similarly to that of the arrays. But the only difference is that the elements are not same in a sequential memory location. So the types of linked list are singly linked list, doubly linked list and circular linked list. To understand linked list, we can assume this What happens in an array is the elements are stored in sequential manner. That is the particular block of the memory will be revised from the array, and the block of the memory will be divided into the number of the index. For example, if you decide an array of 5 elements of integer data type, then a bigger block of the memory will be selected, and that will be divided into the 5 elements. Each memory block will be having same size, integer size, which is 2 bytes or 4 bytes. But in case of linked list, if you define a linked list of 5 elements, then the memory is not received. What happens is you will be having a memory heap out of which 5 blocks will be randomly selected. So each one of the block will be having its own address. For example, if you can see, the first block is the address of 1011. Followed by that, the next block of the memory has 1023, and similarly the last has 7328. So this is how the 5 random integer type of the memory block are selected, and after that the elements in your list will be added to each one of them. So the first element will be added to the same random block of the memory, which is the 10 has been added to the first block, so which is 1011, and 20 to 1023, and 30 is 3026, and 40 is 4537, and last one is added to 7328. Did you see the change here? The 7328 is changed to null. So this is what describes the end of the list. So what exactly happens here is all the elements are given to 1 or the memory block, and all the memory blocks are the integer connected with each other. As you can see, the first element is 10, the second element is 20, the third element is 30, and the fourth element is 40, and the fifth element is 50. So all those are allocated the 1 or the other memory, and once after all the number are added to all the blocks, then each and every block is connected in a sequential order. In here, the first block is connected to the second block, and second is connected to the third, and third is connected to the fourth, and fourth is connected to fifth. And once after the last block is reached, the block memory address will be changed from the existing memory to the null. This indicates the end of the linked list. So this is how it behaves like an array. So it has two starting and ending points, and the starting point is called as the head, and the ending point is called as the tail, and all the elements are called as the nodes. So this is how the basic list exists. So we have 3 types of the linked list in C programming language, which are singly linked list, doubly linked list, and circular linked list. Don't worry, I will explain you each and every type of the linked list in much better way. So firstly, singly linked list. Second is the doubly linked list, and third one is the circular linked list. Firstly, we have a singly linked list. In a singly linked list, we have head and tail. The first block will store the head element, and the next block will be of the head will store the address of the next connected node. Similarly, the next node will be stored the element, and the other block will be stored the address of the upcoming node. This is continuous until the tail node is reached. Similarly, we have doubly linked list. The only difference between the singly linked list and doubly linked list is in singly linked list you can only travel in one direction, that is from the head to tail. But in doubly linked list you can traverse in both the ways, from head to tail and tail to head. This is the possible because the head stores the elements along with it, has 2 more blocks, where one block will be stored the null element in the head, and the other will be stored the address of the upcoming node. And when you come to the second node, you have to address block. One address block will store the address of the upcoming node, and other address block will show the elements of the previous node. This happens until the tail node is reached. Similarly, we have circular linked list. Circular linked list is completely similar to the singly linked list, but the only difference is that the tail node will not have a null element inserted. It will be store the address of the head block or the head node. So that's how it will be connected to the back to head, and the complete list will become a circular linked list. Let us move on to the next topic, which is graph. Graph is defined as the data structure that is represented in the graphical format using the nodes and edges. A graph in a C language is commonly represented in two formats. Firstly is adjustive matrix and adjustive list. As you can see, this is adjustive matrix and the links between the nodes have been described using the adjustive matrix. For example, 0 to 0. If there is a link existing between the 0 to 0, then it will be specified as the 1. If there is no link between the 0 to 0, then it should be specified as the 0. So 0 to 0 we don't have any edge, so it must be represented as a 0. 0 to 1 do have an edge, so it should be represented as a 1. And 0 to 3, you might think there is an edge but there is no direct edge, so it is 0. And similarly, we don't have a direct connection to 2, so it is also 0. Now let us see adjustive matrix in much better way. So 0 to 0 there is no edge, so it is described as a 0. And 0 to 1 there was in it, so it is described as 1. And 0 to 2 don't have edge and indirect edge, so it is described as a 0. Similarly 2, 3 and 0 to 4 we have a edge, so it is described as 1. So this is how it is adjustive matrix works. And similarly the adjustive list. The adjustive list is nothing but linked list, which will be show the links between the nodes. So 0 to 1 we had a link and 0 to 4 we also had a link, but once after 0 is connected to 1 and 4, 0 is not connected to any of the other elements. So the end of adjustive list is finished. Here and followed by that, the next node is 1. 1 is connected to 0 and 1 is also connected to 4 and 1 is connected to and 1 is connected to 3. But 1 is not connected to 1. So we have an end of the adjustive list here, and similarly we have 2, 3 and 4. So this is how adjustive list works. Next we have a direct graphs. The only difference between the normal undirected graph and directed graph is the direction. So here we describe the connection between the nodes based on the direction. So we have the connection between 3 to 2, but we don't have a connection from 2 to 3 because the direction is outward from the 3 to inward 2. So this is how you need consider the graphs. And you have to design the adjustive matrix and adjustive list. So according to this, we don't have a link between 2 to 3, but we have the link between 3 to 2 is directing to 3. No, we have 0, but 3 is directing to S. We have a 1. Similarly, we have the adjustive list. Here 0 is connected to 1, 1 is connected to 2 and 2 is connected to 1. And 0 and 3 is connected to and 4 to 5, 5 to 4. Now let us understand weighted directed graphs are completely similar to the directed graphs. The only difference is that we have certain bands or the certain cost as for the traversal of the nodes from one to another on the edges. So according to the adjustive matrix, there is no change, but according to the adjustive list, we have little change, which includes the cost or the weight of the traversal of the nodes from one to another. Followed by this, we have the file. Basic file handling techniques is the programming. Provide the basic functionalities that user can perform against the file in the system. Now let us understand this in much better way. So the following functionalities at the basic file handling techniques to create a new file fopen with attributes a plus, w or w plus plus, which will be understand this in detail. In the next upcoming concept opening files, we have to use fopen function, and reading the files we can use the function and fscanf or fgetc, and to write in the particular file we can either use the fprintf or fbottom, and followed by that to moving to a specific location in the file we can either use fccore or rewind, and finally to the close the file we have to use the function fclose. Don't worry, I will explain each one of these functions. In short, fopen is used to the open the file, fclose used to the close the file, fgets is used to read the file, and fprint is used to the return into the file. So now let us move on to our next section, which is defines the functions of R, W, A and R. So R, search is the file. If the file is opened successfully using the fopen function, then it loads the particular file and sets the pointer to it, and the pointer will be specified to the first character which is starting in the particular file. Followed by that we have the W. W just searches for the file. If the file is exist, the content will be overwritten. If the file is does not exist, then a new file will be created and a null value will be returned if it is unable to open that particular file. Next is A. A search is for the file. With this the file is opened successfully, then the fopen loads it to the memory and sets up the pointer, and that the points the last character of the file. If the file does not exist, then the few file is created, and if the file doesn't open, then it's written a null value. With this, let us get into our next topic, which is about the structures and union. Firstly, let us deal with the structures. A structure is user-defined data type available in the C language that allows to combine the data items of different data types together. Structures are used to represent record stuck in the keyword. They use to declare the structures. Basically, structure is a data type. For example, if you consider the array or a list, you can only store the specific data type of the element, because I will not allow you to store the different elements to different data types. But what if you had to store a database of the school which has a different data types? For example, roll number will be integer, marks will be float, and name will be string. In that case, you cannot use arrays, or you cannot even use the list. The only available options is the structure or either a union. What structure basically does is, it is the table to store the value of different data types. For example, here I am considering the school. I have defined the structure using the keyword struct, and the name of my structure is a school, inside which I have declared ID of the student using the integer data type, and the name of the student using the string data type, and percentage of the student using the float data type. So with this, let us move on to our next topic, which is the union. Union is the special data type available in the C language that allows to store in different data types in same memory location. Union is a keyword used to declare the union. So you might be confused about the structure and union here. Why are two different data structures defined for performing one single operations? Don't worry, there are few differences between union and structure. Let us move on to the difference between the structure and union. The key difference between the structure and union are the keyword memory, changing of the value, access to the data and initialization. The keyword to declare the structure is the struct, and the keyword to declare the union is the union. After that, the memory. In structure, each memory has the unique memory space. For example, ID has a unique memory space. Name has its own unique space, and followed by that, even the percentage has its own unique space. When it comes to union, a whole complete block of the memory will be declared from the union, and all them data members will be sharing that allocated memory. When it comes to the next parameter, it is change of the value. Changing the value of one member in the structure will not the other, but in the case union, changing the value of one member will be definitely affect the others, because they are sharing one common memory. After that, access to the data, all members can be accessed at one single time. If you are using the structure, but when it comes to union, you have to access one member at the one single time. You cannot access all the members at one single time. And the last parameter is initialization. All the member of the structure can be initialized at the once, but when it comes to the union, the only first member of the union can be initialized. So these were the few major difference between the structures and union. Hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind after to like it and subscribe to BC Expert channel. Do look out for more videos in our playlist, and you can comment any of your doubts and questions, and we will reply them at the earliest.